Alright, here's another random alleged horror game that's apparently very quick to beat. But if it's anything like fucking Echo Knight, it's gonna take longer for me than it should. It's made by Renderware, or made with Renderware, which is nice. Old Fear. Don't really know much about this game. Oh yeah, I can't save state on the PS1 and 2 emulator. I forgot about that, because this controller doesn't have the excess buttons. Forgot about that. I don't know much about this game. You're on a boat and you're trapped with zombies and Russians. Fitting, it's another boat game. Oh, I'm sick. Guy got fucking suplexed by a zombie. Or something. Oh, fuck. Rip that man in half.
Come in. Come in. Damn it, Hernandez. Talk to me. What's going on? I'm not getting anything here. Marcus. Law. Can you hear me? Come on.
Yeah, I don't think their arms are supposed to be like that. Oh no, his arm's just torn off, okay.
Get me another asset up there pronto. Anything we've got.
Anything, send me in. Because I am the least qualified. Oh, the Coast Guard?
This is the USS Ravenswood. We arrived in the vicinity of the vessel and will now initiate a search patrol and look for it. Ravenswood out.
Send in the Coast Guard when your high-tech military can't be fucking bothered. I need to change something real quick before the before the cutscene happens. Because this gets loud. Not really, but...
You've got main deck port side. Watch yourself. You're going solo. How come Hansen gets all the fun? Because he's prettier than you are to Santos, not cut the chatter. This place is creeping me out. Where is everyone? Steady, Friedman. Remember, I've got that extraction code in case things get hairy.
Morning party, this is the Ravenswood. The seas are too rough. We're gonna have to head back. You're on your own, people.
You heard the man. Keep it tight.
Okay. So, from what I've seen, this is not like a normal horror game. This is just blam blam kapow. But, apparently it's quick, so... General Order 16, due to the platform's irregular supplies, we must conserve our munitions and medkits. Therefore, no more live ammo training. In combat situations, it's vital that all soldiers look down to their downed comrades as potential sources of ammo or medkits. In the same interests of economy, use body searches when really necessary. Use the butt of your rifle in close quarter situations. This will enable you to gain necessary distance to adjust your aim. Some of your opponents will attempt to immobilize you. Do not simply empty your clips. Strike out at them to free yourself, and shoot at point-blank range. This is generally highly effective.
Did you hear that? Hear what? What's that smell? These old Russian whalers all stink to high heaven. What's that? Open fire! Open fire! Holy shit! Ah! I'm falling back! Reform on my position! I repeat, reform here!
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Hansen, come in, come in.
I did play this slightly. On my, my own. I played a couple minutes. There's a room I can go into, which is right here. So yeah, this is what it means by, ammo, or check bodies. You can check bodies to get stuff. However, your health, you don't have an inventory. So bodies do typically refill your resources. Yeah, bodies typically refill your resources, but you want to make sure you actively need the resource, because that, resource node is now empty. The deck is really rolling. One wrong move and I'm overboard. Oh, okay. Hit him, please. There we go. Jesus. I don't think that guy has anything, so I'm just gonna go in here. Also, aiming, I forgot, on PS1, or PS2 rather. Aiming is, the L1 and L2 buttons for combat, but
I better read the inscriptions so that I don't get lost. Let's see how much of my Russian I still remember.
yeah, I don't know any Russian, so.
Damn thing's locked from the other side.
This door is locked, so you have to
It's unlocked.
shoot the thing. However, interestingly enough, this is the gimmick of the game. You're on a boat, so your aiming is never in full control. You're never in full control of your own aiming, which is neat. I kind of like that mechanic.
Мы окружены! Они повсюду! Они идут прямо на нас! Тихо! Они могут нас услышать! Помогите мне открыть эту дверь! Она закрыта! Ключ мы...
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's you read subtitles because I don't speak Russian, so.
Осторожно! Один из них за углом!
Черт, черт, черт!
Огонь! Вон!
I gotta get behind the cover. There you go, he's dead.
This valve must control the sprinklers.
So yeah, you pick up the, you pick up ammo and stuff from the various bodies. Oh, health pack. So that just taught me that, bodies are random. Because neither of those bodies had a health pack when I, played. And this is as far as I got, so. Actually, I cleared out the room on the other side as well. Rats! Rats, rats, we're the rats! So yeah, like this med kit, I don't want to touch it until I need it. Because that med kit will be permanently gone if I touch it. Which is kind of neat. I guess you're also kind of stuck on 50-50 whether or not a body will give ammo or health, so. Or I imagine the bodies are programmed to give you what you need the most. If it's random, I assume. I do know there's a guy in here.
Равноблатская пиздопребина!
Son of a bitch. Yeah, come on. That guy had a frickin'... What did you have? just a pistol. It looked like he had a shotgun. Nothing on him. Yeah, see, all of these bodies had fucking pistol ammo when I last played, so... Glad to see I get Dick Diddley this time. Can I turn off the sprinklers? Also, I don't know what this resistance bar is that appears in the bottom left, but it appears to be my sprint. They were trying to get in...
I've got to find that code.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, that appears to be somebody in there. I also don't know if I get a map. I do get the pause, and it says deck hold 4, but... I don't like that. Oh. Yeah, because the light went out. Pistol ammo. Oh, was that a full heal on the pistol ammo? Jesus. I'm also really not good with horror games. Like the actual traditionally scary ones. It's suspense that gets me. I couldn't ever beat the, I think that leads me outside. I couldn't ever beat the tutorial for the human section in Aliens vs. Predator. Because, you're stuck in a dark room and you just hear Predator's footsteps. This looks like an ammunitions bay. Oh my god, my throat! Oh my god. Really need to be drinking water instead of soda, but I don't think I need to be looting these guys. A note about armories. Smoking in the army is strictly forbidden. All types of munitions are stored there, and some are particularly unstable. Moreover, in our environment, there's a high probability of corrosion, which makes the handling of ammunition an even more delicate issue. You're reminded that our facilities for dealing with serious injury are extremely limited. Okay, so I assume this is just a like ammunitions refill. It fills all my ammunitions, I presume. Actually, no. I'll go back in and I'll check it just to make sure that it's not a case of like, oh, you can upgrade your weapons here or whatever. You get a new weapon. Gotta make sure it's not a case of that. Save state. I don't get global saves in this one. What the hell? Some ammunition. Oh, okay. So I can loot it some more, some more later. I'll take 42. 42, 42, 42. Actually, I think this is 48. Or 50, 52? I don't remember what Rain Man says. Note about electrical boxes, the thing I've already had to deal with. Cause of death, electrocution. Oh, it's a certificate of death. According to witnesses, Corporal Legai had misplaced his electrical key while on duty. Unable to reach his official post, he promptly fired at the electrical control box on door 114, causing it to explode. Exposed live wiring subsequently came into contact with a pool of water on the floor. The door opened, however, Corporal Legai was electrocuted. No follow-up necessary, yet throw his ass overboard. He's an idiot. How do I save? I don't. I guess it's all autosaves. I hear people cocking guns. I assume the game will always let me know if there's enemies in a room. Like, I assume it'll always, like, Russians will yell at me. Oh, sickbay. Wait, is that what aiming at signs says? Presumably.
What kind of whaling ship is this? I'm gonna need an electronic key to open this sucker up.
No, I'll go explore the lower levels first. This guy seemingly has military training. Because I hear people down here cocking guns, so I presume there's, some Russians. So, presumably, I don't want to shoot that door, or that electrical box. I imagine that is a horrible idea. Upper deck key. Oh, hi! Oh, look. Yeah, I'm going to whim and say that shooting that is a horrible idea.
Gotta find a handle to stick back on this door.
Yeah, so this game, it's kind of like a puzzle game from what I've seen, or what I've heard.
There's too much water pressure. I can't open the door.
Yeah, so I have to find some way to drain it, which I imagine is that door with the handle. Any door there? Nope. Scratching my chest. It's itchy. Ingrown hairs on my chest, and I don't know how to get rid of them. Because I don't have wax.
Great, it's locked.
This guy is so grumpy. Patron Yipsov's... Oh yeah, key. Oh my god. I don't want to read. Look at all this shit. Come on. First encounter with the creatures we now call the exocells came roughly 2 months after drilling commenced on the Star of Sakhalin platform. Don't name a platform the Star of anything and expect not to die. In fact, I was already familiar with this platform. We used to use it as a port of call when patrolling these hostile waters, and I was determined it would again be deployed as part of our international operations. Whilst drilling had effectively stopped some years before, this was not because the rig was unprofitable, quite the contrary. It was because the spare parts often needed were simply never delivered. The Russian state's private partners grew weary of the whole affair. All I had to do was wait a couple years to repurchase it for scrap. At first, the cartel was skeptical about the new... Gonna scroll it down until... Yeah. But the new operation success, and I had made the necessary investments for its recommissioning myself. The communication jammer, the plans for which had been provided by former Red Army brain Sergei Otarian, wasn't... Oh no, I was gonna say Sergei wasn't the guy who just got, like, deep fried, is he? No, it's like Yusei or some shit like that. I don't know Russian names, man. They all end with an I. Was remarkably effective as far as international ears were concerned, whether listening in on Earth or from space. There was nothing there but inhospitable ocean and the odd iceberg. For the first 25 days, drilling was successful, as expected, and then even though our sonars confirmed the presence of a huge oil reserve, the presence started to drop. Suddenly, the drill brought up several exocells that Anishenko and his men had great difficulty in overcoming. 2 days later, we noticed more specimens crawling up the platform's columns. I immediately gave Anishenko orders to capture some of them. That's when I saw my first contamination. But we're on a boat. We're not on an oil rig. We're on a boat. Do I want to loot you? Yeah, when am I ever going to come back into this room? I guess that's the trade-off of ammo conservation, is like do you want to loot them now? Or do you want to wait till later? Like, when am I ever going to come back to this one random room down the hall from the med bay?
Locked.
Medkits? No medkits. I assume this is the same thing as the other one where it'll heal me up. I imagine these aren't infinite. I imagine those only heal you to a certain capacity they have. Like the med bags and Payday 2.
It's unlocked.
Crew quarters. Oh, gotta find the valve to turn the water on, I imagine. Actually, I'll end this part off here. I don't know if I want to... Actually, no, because this game's allegedly like 6 hours. No, I'll keep going. I doubt valve control is... Yeah, I doubt the control for the valve thingy, the sprinkler system, is going to be in any of the bedrooms. Too hot for me that way. Okay. Yeah, I doubt it's just, like, Jensen's bedroom is gonna have the fucking... Oh, you're a Ruski. Assholes. Do I look like one of them? Try for a med kit, I guess. Get me more people in here. Why is the burner on? You are a son of a bitch! How did you... Ugh. Oh, that brings back horrible memories. Just trapped in one of those giant walk-in military freezers as a kid for a couple hours, and holy shit, it was awful. I used to go to a summer camp as a kid. Used to go to a summer camp, and the camp was basically like a refurbished military training base. So it had like military cabins and like all this other stuff. There's the valve. It had like military cabins, and there was like water training, and like it was, you know, again, it was a repurposed military thing. First aid bay and like all this other shit. All burned. At the lunch hall where like all the kids, because it was like ages, I think like 8 to 12. We would all go have lunch in like the lunchroom, which was the mess hall for this old training camp. There we go. It was this thing. So, you know, to the side there was like the giant industrial stoves and all that, and then they had a giant, like, a walk-in freezer to where they would have, like, all the training meals and all the meal prep and all that. It was a big walk-in freezer that all the kids, we would put our lunches in it. And, you know, that would keep our food cold until lunchtime when we heat it up with the microwaves or whatever. It was just to prevent, like, meats and yogurts and stuff from going bad. Because this is during the summer, where it gets to be like plus 40 degrees. So we go and, you know, we're putting our lunches in there. I was a special case. I was 12, but I was actually 11 when this happened. But actually no, Yeah, I don't remember. I was in the later year of the camp. I was like 12, 11, 13. I don't remember. My ages were weird. Because I would also volunteer to be a counselor in training for the age 8s. So I would go and I would be in their cabin instead, and I would basically help the counselors, and I was trying to practice to have this as a job in the future. Well, a group of, what is it? I was over with the 12s at some point, and we go over to the lunch thing. We're putting our because I would be with the 12s, and then I would just spend the day with the 8s, and then end the day with the 12s. So I go over and put my lunch in with the 8s, or with the 12s rather, and some of them didn't like me because I have autism, and this was during the time we're picking on people for being neurospicy or whatever the hell it is now. Was okay. It was starting to get phased out, but this was still okay. They shoved me in there and closed the door. This was at about 8 in the morning. No, I think it was actually 8:30. I wasn't let out until quarter to 12 when the lunch for the 8s started and they were getting their lunches, because the 12s put their lunches in the freezer last. So nobody called out like a missing persons on me. They weren't like, oh shit, Jacob's missing, where is he? Because I was between cabins. I was technically in one, I would go spend time in the other. I was basically a free floating entity, so nobody knew where the hell I was at any point anyways. So for about 3 hours I was stuck in this giant military freezer unit. It was not fun. I didn't die or anything like that. They didn't keep it like sub-zero, but they did keep it at like what the hell was that? I think it was like 6 Celsius they kept it at, which is cold. It's just not enough that I would have died. But yeah, I certainly wasn't happy. I was certainly sick, and my mother certainly tore the people, or the parents of the people who did it to me, a brand new asshole. Verbally. Because holy hell. More? Come on! I want to read more. Come on. Dr. Kamsky. The refits on the decommissioned whaling vessel, Eastern Spirit, are nearly complete. As per your suggestion, we have purchased the vessel and made the necessary modifications to use as a secondary research lab. I will refrain from disclosing the expense incurred by these modifications. Suffice it to say that conclusive results are now eagerly awaited, and you know how persuasive our friends can be. The transport of specimens back to the Star of Sakhalin will thus be made much easier. Obviously, however, the Eastern Spirit is unsuited to capturing and transporting anything larger or heavier than an average-sized orca. Final modification will be completed by March 3rd, and the ship will be setting out from Provindia Harbor on March 12th. I regret the necessity of not allowing you to leave the platform to oversee the inspection of the ship's facilities, as you realize you are needed on the platform. Your daughter, incidentally, is, well, don't they say that travel is good for young people? I sincerely hope that she retains her glowing health. I don't think I need to remind you that all depends on your good behavior. Are they, like, pinching him with his daughter, or is it his daughter's just... she's tagged along? I don't like the fact that burner's on. But it wasn't like one of those freezers. It was one of those big, giant, like, you had to crank the handle vertically. It was fucking... No, I was not happy. Understandably, I was not happy. I could use a map too, by the way. Like, I would appreciate a map. Like, I would appreciate a map. Oh, I was in here already. Yeah, this is the... Oh, yeah, this is where I actually went the first time. Weird that I had to actually go through the dining hall to the lunch area to get to the other place, but I guess that makes sense. Multiple entrances to service stations prevent bad things. Oh. So what's the deal? Is it the fact that he's breathing?
Не подходи! Взять его!
What is this handgun I have that's able to blow people's heads clean off? 9mm does not do that. No luck. He had something sparkly right beside him. What do you mean, no luck? Like, what? Yeah, what is this handgun that is able to blow heads clean off? Again, 9mm does not do that. I guess maybe on the corpse because its head is like rigid because, or not rigid, rugged because of the rigor mortis. Maybe like I could kind of see that being torn to pieces with a bullet, but living flesh does not do that. Okay, captain's quarters or the other room before the stairs. I'll go to the other room before the stairs. Yeah, a map would be fucking lovely, by the way. Like, I would appreciate a map. Because I'm pretty sure the stairway up would be my goal. Yeah, you can keep your shit. Like, you can keep that. Wait, how the hell am I going up then if this building seemingly doesn't have an up on the outside? You want to tell me what this room is? The radio room. I can do it without the heartbeats. Oh, there's some loose objects. Are those pistol bullets? I haven't got the right weapon for this ammo. Oh yeah, they're machine gun. Because they're curved.
Great, it's locked.
Okay. I was thinking maybe the door was locked on the inside and I had to go around to open it from the outside, which would then cause me to be, like, attacked by something, but... I'll go a couple more minutes. Yeah, this is a couple-hour game, so I don't exactly want there to be a ton of, parts. I hate when Let's Players do that, where it's like, hey, here's a 3-hour game, welcome back to part 472. It's like, I'm not a fan of that.
Locked.
Oh, really? Okay, well, I guess going outside is my bet. And with that, I will end the part off, so... Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. The next parts are going to be longer.